Hey guys, Gabriel from Toad here, and today I have a One Piece review for you, the first one on the channel in fact, and this is a Bandai figure, and I'm not usually a big fan of Bandai figures because I think the quality is a bit lacking, but I think this range is probably one of the best we've ever done, and it's currently quite an affordable set of the One Piece, the main crew. So let's quickly go through the box before we take a look at the figure himself. This is of course Monkey D. Luffy in the 20th anniversary edition of the figure, again by Bandai, got the One Piece logo, 20th anniversary here. On this side we have a picture of all the figures involved in this collection, and on the other side we have this cool art drawn in the manga style of what these figures are based off of. On the back we have some more pictures of the different heads you can get here and here, the seat he's sitting on, and again the rest of the figures all put together. Top, of course, we have Monkey D. Luffy One Piece 20th anniversary, and of course our all important sticker. Here he is out of the box, and one thing I want to say straight away is Bandai had sort of a Pokemon mentality with these figures, and the spare heads come with different figures, so Luffy himself doesn't actually come with any spare heads, even though he has a swap out head, and usually this is the kind of thing as a collector that would really annoy me. But the fact is, if you're buying this set, you're going to buy the whole set. There's no way you just buy one, at least I don't think so, unless you were fixated on getting one of every character, in which case it would annoy me. But I think because you're going to end up buying the whole set, I'm not too bothered about it. So obviously, first impressions, it's very blue. There's a lot of blue going on and sort of minimal-esque shading. But we are talking about a cheaper figure, so we can sort of forgive it for not going too in-depth. I would have liked, I think, to see some gold here on the crowning, around the chair and up here. That could do with being solid gold, I think. And maybe this fluff on the coat could have been white or something, just to bring a bit more colour. But there is obviously quite a few different shades of blue, so I don't think you can complain too much. So let's take a closer look. So zooming in on Luffy's hat, it's actually got some really nice detail to it. The way the store hat logo is done and this white paint here is very smooth, there's not really any bleed or shakes in the line. And on the side you can see this plume, there's no shading to it, but again, it's done very clean. If we take a look at the top of the store hat itself, you can actually see there's some really nice detail sculpted there. And we have him up close. Here's his face. Again, pretty clean. The mouth is a bit shaky, but from any sort of distance it's really hard to tell. I think it's quite a nice facial expression. I think this is the one I display him with anyway. His hair, quite spiky and well sculpted. You have this 20th anniversary bottle here. Got with assume some rum and some very sort of flat gold plastic again. Could really do with some shading there, but you gotta remember what price range you're in. It looks to me as if he should be posed if the way this arm is on, with his arm resting on this side of a chair, but on the pictures you'll see he's not, he's actually centered, so it's a bit of a strange pose, almost as if he's adjusting his posture or about to get up. But as we look in around the set, you can see there is quite a clear seam here in the jacket and also between the sleeves, so you can start to see where the quality of Bandai is and why I don't usually buy figures from them, but it's not hugely noticeable. We have some nice texture around the coat. There is sort of some dry brushing effect over the top to add a little bit of depth to it. And here on the body you can see it's quite a nice sculpt. On camera it's actually not as good as it is in real life. There's a bit more depth to the colour and the lines are a bit more defined, but because of the lighting in the room it sort of looks a bit more flat and like there's less detail than there actually is. That scarring is also done really well. And as we move down again, the pants, there's a bit more colour here on these pants. On his shorts too, there is a bit more colour and shading to it and some depth to them, and again more jewellery. His toes, these strings again, there's no bleed on that paint, which I think is really good considering the price you're paying. And then again, nice detail on the flip flops. Moving down to his other leg again, detail mimicked. Nothing too extraordinary going on with his legs, but he's made of rubber, so he's not the most muscular when it comes to the sculpt. Quick look at the back of the jacket. Nothing too extraordinary, but you aren't ever going to see it. The back of the hat there. So far, quite impressed considering the price range. And while he's out there, let's take a quick look at this chair. Nothing too extraordinary. There is some nice blue shading sort of between the lines, showing sort of a shadow cast by the chair itself. But it is kind of plastically and cheap looking. I think it really could have done with some gold accents, or maybe some white accents, or something to break it up a little bit. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. And it goes obviously with the theme of the set. So there's no magnets or pins or anything, he just sits in there. Quite easy, and you push him to the back. Bada bing, bada boom kind of thing. So let's measure him up and get him some size comparisons. So height wise you're looking at about 6.5 inches, which is about 16 centimeters. Width-wise, we're of course looking from side of chair to side of chair, which is just over 6 inches, which is about 15 centimeters. And depth-wise, we're looking from his flip-flops to the back of a chair, which is about 5 inches, about 13 centimeters. So here he is on the little shelf by himself, and as you can see, he actually does fill quite a lot of width of the shelf, maybe about just over a third of the shelf width-wise, but height-wise, he's far under half the height of the shelf. Here he is next to 1/8 J2O. And here he is next to 1/6, as you can see, absolutely dwarfed. So it isn't a usual case of you get what you buy, which is, I think, usual with Bandai. I think this is a much higher quality product than we're used to. Although it may lack a bit of shading compared to other companies, the price you're paying is really good. You've got to think that the competition for this is the Portrait of Pirates range, and of course that's a very highly regarded range, but to get the whole crew you're looking at spending a lot more than you would to collect this set. Although, you know, this is them in a different colour set, it's not the usual way they dress, so it's not for everyone, but I think if you're looking to get a One Piece set at a more reasonable price and sort of with a different look to it, this is a super nice set. I'm quite impressed and looking forward to gathering them all together and sort of having that shelf set up. So I think it's quite a nice figure, and if you're looking for something different to the usual range at a cheaper price, I think this is a decent pickup. Again, it lacks a bit of shading, but the sculpt and the idea and the execution, I think is all done fairly well. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.